Ta-da! Hello everybody. We did it. We made another video. And it's not midnight. Third day in a row. Not bad. So, let's jump right into it. Welcome back to Butterfly Square Garden, a place where you can be free to be yourself. And lately what we've been doing is drawing every single day because that is a valuable skill to have. Anyone who can read and write can draw, they should draw, and they can draw. And yeah, it's really easy to learn, especially when you're using a book like this called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And yeah, in this video, I want to tell you a couple things from this book, and then I want to go through some anatomy, building on what we've done for the last couple of days, because we need to learn anatomy. And then after that, we're going to do some figure drawing, gesture drawing, and then a self-portrait, because I used to teach art class with kids, and I thought it was really important for them to draw self-portraits. I think it's important for me to draw self-portraits. I think it's important for you to draw self-portraits. If you can draw yourself, you can draw anybody. And if you tell anyone that you can draw, the first thing they're going to ask is, "Can you draw me?" So, or they would say, Can I see your book, your notebook?" But we are going to be totally cool with showing that stuff to them because we're going to be, showing our work in galleries anyway. This book is actually Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, a course in enhancing creativity and artistic confidence. That's pretty good. I think everyone can use a little bit of creativity and artistic confidence in their life. Creativity is rated as the number one skill that a person can have. That and the ability to learn if there maybe there's same thing. Look how white I am. The sun is shining in. Um, it's nice. I look really white. I was watching some bodybuilding videos and they just get so tan, and I like the before videos before the after. But that's just me. I also like butterflies. Bodies are fun. That's why we want to do figure drawing. So, where do we start? Drawing is, according to this book, a global task, just like riding a bike. And riding a bike is a skill that once you learn it, you just kind of pick it up relatively quickly and then you never forget. And the reason why is because it's built up of other component skills, balance, pedaling, and moving forwards, holding the handlebars. When you put that all together, then you can actually ride a bike. And this book says that fundamentally the same thing is drawing. That was a weird wording. Yeah, so I like to start every video with going over what what that means. All right, so let me first make my face a little smaller, and then I'm going to focus the camera. We're getting better. This used to be a lot of hish hash. So, we already talked about this. Once you integrate the component skills, then you can draw, and once you can do it, you can do it for life. You don't need to keep adding additional skills. And what is it? You don't need to continue forever adding additional basic skills. Progress takes the form of practice and refinement of technique and learning what the skill's used for. I just thought today when I was juggling, I was like, oh, that's kind of what it means. Because when I'm learning to juggle, you learn how to throw the balls. And if I want to get better at juggling, you just continue juggling, and that basically means you just drop the ball less, and you're more clear and confident with throwing the ball back and forth. But it's essentially the same thing over and over, and drawing's the same way. So yeah, this was an exciting discovery because it means anyone can learn reasonably quickly. And she teaches a seminar that teaches people how to draw in like a couple days. So, what are these skills? There's 5 of them, and you want to draw because everyone wants to learn how to draw. Maybe I should just like hype you up about drawing first. Drawing is the best skill to have. Everyone, no, I mean, you're here and you're watching the video. You already want to know how to draw. So let's just tell you how to do it and let's do it together. There are 5 basic skills of drawing. This is a continuation of the other videos, so like sorry if you're just coming in, but this is an ongoing project. There's 5 basic skills of drawing. The global skill of drawing a perceived object, person, landscape, something you see out there. I want to get like even closer. Requires only 5 basic component skills, no more. These skills are not drawing skills, they're perceptual skills listed as follows. So, if you want to learn how to draw, you do not need to know how to draw. Let me say that again. If you want to learn how to draw, you do not need to know how to draw because these skills are not drawing skills. They're actually eyeball skills. They're perceptual. They're the way that you see things. So, one is the perception of edges. That's like the division between my head and the ceiling. That's the edge. 2, the perception of spaces. My face is all one space contained in the edge, you know? 3, perception of relationships. So that's like the space of my head is in relationship to the space of the ceiling. Or in relationship to the space of my shoulder or anything else, you know, my lips, my nose. Lights and shadows is just adding dimension to the space so that it's 3-dimensional instead of 2-dimensional. Otherwise, everything would be occupying the same space. You know, we have to create that illusion. Because technically, if I'm covering one eye in the drawing, only one eye exists. You know, but it's better to know where both are. 5 is the perception of the whole or the gestalt. And that basically means everything put together. Yep, moving on. So in this circle, it talks about how the skills build upon each other, and we already know the skills. Perception of edges, perception of spaces, perception of relationships, perception of lights and shadows, and perception of the gestalt. I've said that so many times in so many videos that I don't need to read the directions anymore, but I kind of want to get it on camera for you guys. But I think what I'm going to do is type it out, have it flash on screen, instead of doing this every single video. But it was important to do it every time up until now. But we're ready to condense that. What I've learned in the videos, because it's always the same class, but we're trying to condense what we've done so far and then add in something new. I am so white. Should I turn the light off? But then I want to have good lighting. No, that just makes it darker. It's just literally, it's cloudy out and the sun is behind the clouds and it's just giving me like this moonlight skin. It's the weirdest thing. This is a vlog too. This is why I love these videos. I want to get better at teaching, but also trying to build my channel. So any minute is a good minute on the computer. I was also doing this for AIs to eventually analyze human behavior in the future. Or if anyone's like sad or lonely, you can just watch me be an ass of myself. Over here it talks about how we have 2 brains, a left brain and a right brain. New brain science has moved on from that. We're more holistic, it's all connected, but there are different parts of the... There are just different ways of doing things, and one mode is like the dominant mode. It's the language, it's the sequential, it's the one that gets us through the day. But then the other one is the right brain, and this is more like non-linear, it's abstract. It sees patterns, it sees, spaces and stuff. So we want to get there, but it can be a little unfamiliar. Um, that's literally what I underlined over here, and it says that all of the exercises in this book are teaching you a combination of those 5 skills that we just talked about, and also creating an environment that would help you become familiar with crossing over from the dominant left brain to the subdominant but necessary right brain. The way you do it is by giving the left brain a task it would give up on, which is essentially drawing, which is why drawing frustrates everyone. Because some people can just draw so easily, and some people can just not imagine in a million years how that could even happen. I am so white. What if I do this? Is that better? I think, but then the table, I'm going to shut it off. Just yell at me if you want it to go back on. Once the channel's bigger, we're going to start doing live videos, but for now, that ain't happening. All right. I'm so white. I've never done it at this time of day. No, I did. I did it at the exact same time yesterday, but I don't know why I'm so white today, but I wasn't white yesterday. I gotta hurry this video up. My phone's gonna die. No, we're okay. If you can believe it, if you believe me, we're actually moving faster than usual. Um, if you have any questions about the 5 steps or how to cross over, ask me in the comments. But otherwise, I'm just gonna jump into the drawing because I want to practice my drawing. That's what this is really about. I am actually practicing drawing. I want to get better at drawing myself. I want to get better at drawing everyone else, and I need to do that by... I can see the book better if I turn the light on, so I'm turning the light on, everybody. But I'm getting the light off screen. Okay, 12 minutes in, and we are ready. Should we draw the whole skull? That's a really nice up close. Yeah, let's draw the whole skull, because we've been doing... We did this over and over and over. We've done that several times in the videos. I don't know if we did that one. We've done these. This is just a blown up version of that, so it might be easier to see if I do this one. Yeah, I like that one better. We've done the teeth. I'm so excited because you know what? I think I'm going to do this head, skull, and then I'm going to memorize all of the parts of the skull today. And then tomorrow we can do the neck. And then, what's that? So today's Friday. Friday, Saturday. I'm literally planning out tomorrow's class in today's class on camera. Hi! Do you guys like doing this with me? We're supposed to be a community and work out together. So that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't you like my butterfly? I grew it from an egg. I always want to keep it on camera. So I also have butterflies right over there, and I have caterpillars right over there. It's part of the thing that I do. It's Butterfly Square Garden. ASMR green tea. Do you guys like that or not? When I was in school, I'd always slurp as loud as I could at the water fountain, and it would just make some of my friends laugh so hard. So, today, tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then on Sunday, oh my goodness, we can finally start moving into the muscles of the face. And then once we're done with the muscles of the face, then we're going to move into the bones of the hand and the muscles of the hand. Then we're going to do the bones of the feet and the muscles of the feet. I've said this in the video. That's our plan. I love telling you guys my plans. Because it's really, I'm talking to myself. I'm the only one who watches these videos anyway. I'm excited to get to the rib cage because actually, look at this. There's 11, 12 ribs. Don't you want to draw like that? Even sculpt like that. Oh my god. I don't want to I don't want to be sitting around for months and months sculpting out of stone because I feel like 1 month is the old new one day is the old 1 month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Times has changed. Drawing is where it's at. That's why we got to do it every single day. We can't skip any days. So yeah, this is what we did in older videos. Draw the skull. Check it out if you want. Ask me or drop in the comments. Draw this. Do the exercise. I'm just flipping through until I find an open page because I'm just jumping around. Once this is full, I'm gonna start a new book and like actually uh, go in order. This was the upside down drawing that we did yesterday, so check yesterday's video. If you want, I can link it down below. I learned how to do that yesterday. I learned how to link other videos a long time ago, but I learned how to do the skip ahead button. So I'm also gonna do a skip ahead onto me drawing. Yeah, did we even? Oh, I was supposed to do the negative space. That's what we were gonna do first. Okay, so, oh my goodness. I don't know if I don't want to do that. Maybe I'll do that after. I might just skip the exercise. I was going to do negative space, but I'm like, I don't even want to do that. I just want to do the anatomy. So this is what we did yesterday, was the upside down drawing, and I spent a lot of time. That was like the whole video, so that like counts twice. Yeah, that was my old drawing of the neck. This paper is kind of jank up, so I don't want to draw on that one. I not really find any white ones yet. This one's okay. I guess I'll start here. It doesn't really matter because I'm not trying to. Oh man, my nose is starting to itch again. I wasn't. It's not. It's not. It's just so itchy. I don't know why this happens to me. Why are you watching this video? If you are really interested in your drawing, this is just I'm practicing drawing and teaching. I'm practicing teaching because I was a teacher. So anyway, and I practice drawing every day, so I'm just putting them both together in a video where I draw and I teach at the same time. So I'm starting out with like a circle-ish thing, but there's also like a triangle because it goes down. So circly, circly, circly. And if you guys are completely new to drawing, you're not holding the pencil like you're writing. You're holding the pencil. I might be a little too big on screen right now. Doot 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 doot. I don't need to be looking at myself till I draw myself portrait in a minute. What was I saying? What was I saying? I'm usually better at keeping my thought process. It was my tickly nose that was bothering me. So yeah, I'm starting out. Oh yeah, so the way you hold your pencil is like you're not using your fingers and you're not even really using your wrist. You're drawing like kind of a combination of your elbow and your shoulder, especially with the bigger things. When you're drawing like manga and like the little tiny drawings, like of course you can use your finger. But if you're going to do a bigger drawing, the way that you avoid getting the little tiny scratchy lines is you got to practice just doing it. Um, I'm kind of starting from the top down, but I also want to get like a start and end spot. So this is like my gestury skull. Yeah, I'm like barely putting the lines down at all. But I have learned that this is the frontal bone and this is the temporal space, the occipital space with a little nub at the end. We've in the previous videos done upside down drawings, and we've also talked a lot about pure contour drawings. We've talked about switching over from the left brain to the right brain. And when you learn how to do all of these things put together, that's what drawing is. We're learning how to use the visual part of our brain and not the verbal part of the brain. Did I say that right? Visual, not verbal. Yeah, so let's see. I don't want to get too specific just yet because you can go light to dark, but you can't go light to dark unless you use an eraser, which is allowed. Getting the light off screen again. Yeah, I mean, unless you're using a pen, you can't use an eraser. But I went to an art school where my friend said that he wanted to get better at drawing one summer, so he just only drew in pen, and he got much better much faster. And I believe that story, but I'm also wondering how much he was drawing because how am I? The light's back on. Because if you're drawing a lot, you're gonna get better, obviously. So if I were to divide this in half, that's basically where the ear hole is, like right there. Oh wow, I lined that up pretty good. I'm kind of impressed with myself. That would make that go there. Yeah, so if you're getting a lot of chatter while you're drawing, maybe you need to um, maybe do a little meditation. People are like, no. I am a child who does not want to take a nap. I do not like timeouts. I got started as a teacher teaching kids, so um, I feel like you could throw anything at me, and I would be like totally okay with it. Oh God, it was a bit of a horror show. Like, it's probably the most valuable and meaningful experience of my life being a teacher, and it's totally changed the way that I think about everything. But with that being said, it was a kind of a bit of a horror show. It was so rewarding, but you know, parenthood it's basically parenthood. Am I like moving a lot? Why do I keep... My goodness. Uh, sorry everybody. Teaching is very rewarding, but make sure to take care of yourself as well. Watch out for crazy parents, crazy children. Usually I start out, I don't know, maybe lighter. I don't know. I feel like it's coming out pretty good so far. Do 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 do, 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 do. Oh, I just lined up. So you should always be like measuring. I'm lining up the zygomatic bone with the external occipital protuberance, which is all the way over here. So I'm gonna kind of mush that in. It like lines up almost exactly. And I had originally drawn it all the way down here, so but I didn't draw it in dark enough, so it's not like it ruined my drawing or anything. Um, and then I see like a little shadowy thing back here, so I'm just gonna draw that in real quick. There's a little shadowy thing back here. And we have learned that this is, which I made that way too big. I'm going to actually do something I don't normally do, which is use my eraser. But I had actually put that line in really dark, and I didn't like that, so I'm literally moving it over a millimeter. I probably didn't have to do that, but just for the sake of my mental health, I had to move it over. So right from the zygomatic bone is kind of where this nosy thing comes out. And then it dips in, comes out again. And then we've got those nice big old buck teeth. No, so the maxilla is the upper jawbone. And the mandible is the lower jawbone. And we have 8 teeth on each side for 16 on top and 16 on the bottom for 32 teeth, but we don't have to draw all of them. We only have to draw half. This is coming out more. Do 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 do. I don't know. I think I can shrink it down just a little bit. I think I'm about to use the eraser again. I'm not usually like an eraser user, but maybe I'm showing you guys that sometimes it's okay to be different. Butterfly Square Garden, a place where you can be free to be yourself. Has that been used before? Is that someone else's catchphrase? Because I just started saying it one day. It's not like I found it anywhere. I just kind of liked the way it sounded. I mean, it was originally a place for butterflies to be free. Like that's what I'm doing. And another thing I'm doing is avoiding drawing the teeth in. do 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 do. I did that sketching in a little ugly, so I'm trying to hide what I just did. Do 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 do. This is darker too. I just want to give a little. With drawing, there is like a series of steps to do, but at the same time, like you don't really have to follow them as long as everything in the end, goes where it's supposed to. Wah, 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 wah. Drawing is this is what I say all the time, drawing is a very personal experience. We have drawn these skulls several times so far, and I feel like each time we have been getting slightly better. Should I go darker with this now? And this is more bulbousy. Oh, I didn't really do that before. I'm about to draw on the squiggly digglies. And what are they called? It doesn't even say. But our skull is actually made up of several. It's got like 8 bones. Boop 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 boop. And a do 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 do. Maybe I didn't. I thought I messed up, but I didn't even go dark enough. All right, now let's. I think we're basically ready to do the teeth, and then we're like done. Right? I mean, that's basically. Oh, and the squiggly digglies. And then we got to label it. But it's important to practice your drawing, practice your drawing, practice your drawing. If you guys watch this video for 30 seconds, then I've already won. My job is accomplished because I'm here to practice, and I mean, as much as I want you guys to practice, like that's your job. I didn't really make the jaw big enough. That's my critique for today. I mean, otherwise I would have to shrink the back of the skull, but it's close. It's really close. Maybe if I moved this over even more. No, look at that. This is off by a lot. Whoa. Like a lot, a lot. Look at this, because this is up here and that's here, and I have them off by a lot. So, and I still want to move this further back. So I'm just gonna finish this skull because rather than go cray cray, I'm just gonna do my squiggly digglies, and we're gonna have to call it a day. Squiggly digglies. Maybe it's because I skipped our exercises. I'm not all warmed up. Am I being too hard on myself? Or are you guys thinking that it's like not a bad skull? Squiggly diggly 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 diggly. So there's 8 teeth over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. With there's 9, but that's the other one on the other side. So, oof, this is like a rough spot. Boop. There's 1 square, a rectangle, 2 rectangle, 3 rectangle. Do the same thing on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and then there's like a diamondy. I gotta talk louder. I don't think I was talking loud enough in the other videos. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do. Yeah. I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. But I also am like, nah. So, what do you guys like as I'm coloring in the shading between the teeth? What do you guys like? Are you into visual design? Are you into sculpting? And you're here to draw just to help your sculpting turn out better. Are you into painting because learning how to draw can help you paint better as well? Are you here just because like you saw one of my other videos? As oh goodness, my teeth are supposed to start over here. Let's just make that back tooth little. This guy's just gonna have a whole bunch of cavities because I've got black spots in his teeth. I don't really care anymore. At this point, I would usually go over it in pen, but I've gone to some pretty dark lines with the pencil already, and I didn't mess up with the shading, so I don't have to blow it up with dark spots. So in that case, I'm gonna forego the pen. I'm so confused on how I'm gonna have to practice lining up. You know, I was so proud of myself for lining this up that I didn't line the that up. There's some things that I can even make darker lines. Oh, that was not good. Having really clean lines at the end is not the same as having quick, breezy sketch lines, unless you have a trained hand. So I will use pen to type in um, the names of them. So we've got starting. I like to start with the frontal bone. So this is the frontal bone, our forehead. And we're learning the anatomy, everybody. Memorize this for tomorrow so we can move on, okay? That's your homework. Frontal bone is right here. Remember it. Frontal bone for tomorrow. We're going to say this with our eyes closed. Oh man, can you see how much the light is in my face right now? Ah! I love these videos. I'm going to make them every day. So should we? Okay. The superior temporal line, or temple line, is this one that goes down the side. So that's really important when you're drawing portraits. So now we're doing that one next. Superior, and we've drawn this one like many times in the other videos. Temporal line. And then it says in parentheses temple line. And that goes right over here. And then we've got temporal fossa. Is this whole thing is temporal, the temporal bone, and then the temporal, there's muscles, I guess, whatever. Right? Temporal fossa. That's what it says. What does fossa mean? Well, there's temporal fossa there, so I don't think it'll be wrong to label it and learn it. Right there, right in the middle. Boop! Above the squiggly diggly. Um, yeah. I mean, it's a good skull, but I can see over here it's messed up, and I can see over there it's messed up. It's just messy. But, oh, look at that. I missed that over there. That's why it's so funny, because it's really just a matter of taking the time to put everything there in the right spot. So if you're feeling like really rushed and impatient, I would, again, like to just lay down or stop drinking coffee, because you really have to be calm. It's like playing an instrument. Do 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 do. I want to go down the front of the face now. So the orbit. Ooh, that's finally I got it. So that's the eye socket. Boop boop doo. I can't wait to get to the eyeball. It's like a freaky picture. So the orbit. It's like way bigger in the book as well. I think that's what happened because I'm looking at it, and their orbit's like bigger than mine, which means that my zygomatic bone is like two forwards, which means I probably could move the jawbone back even more. No, because now that I'm looking, I divided it in half, so the jawbone was really kind of in the right spot. It goes like that, and then now the shadow and the back has more space. So that's why it's important to go slow because things, they can be off a little bit, but if they're up on more than a little bit, your left brain's gonna quit on you. I don't know. So we were talking about orbit. Let me write that in. Orbit. Eat fresh. No. Freshen your breath. What's the orbit gum catchphrase? Eye socket. And that goes right there. This is more about learning where the bones are. I mean, I try to draw it perfect, but it's really about learning the anatomy. Do 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 do. Because I don't want to. I mean, I do want to draw bones all the time, but what I really want to draw is faces. Nasion. I don't know how to say that. Nasine. Nason. Root of nose. And for some reason, I just don't look it up. Okay, so the root of the nose is different from the nasal bone, which isn't even like, because this is all cartilage, but we do have a nose bone, so it's all the way up here. And I guess, oh yeah, I can feel it. Huh, that's weird. You can feel the bone. It's like this whole thing. No, it's not. Maybe it's just that one thing up here. Nose bone. Nasal bone. This is also important if you're going to be like a doctor or a physician. You need to know the anatomy, and if you can draw it, then you'll be better with your patients. You'll be better with learning it in school. So next is the zygomatic bone right here. It's part of the zygomatic process, which is this whole thing. Writing it down. Zygomatic bone, cheekbone, in parentheses, and that's this one right over here. And then it's broken down. There's other stuff, but I'll have to go into that later. This is at 42 minutes already. Oh my goodness! Where does the time go? I guess I'm just talking a lot. This was a talky video. There's really nothing to skip ahead to. Even drawing this skull is just me blabbing the whole time. Yeah, I think I just went too fast. I think I went too fast, everybody. Um, do you hear me beating myself up? I'm doing this to learn. I'm telling you guys that you need to chill, but I'm like, I want everything to be perfect. Upper jawbone. I did know that one, right? Maxilla. Mental protuberance is your chin. This one was probably the hardest version of everything that we've done so far. So I'm going to give myself credit because we skipped this one to go to the easier ones. Do 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 boo boo boo. Oh, I don't know. Just do whatever, everybody. Just practice. If you want to look up your own anatomy and do it on your own. But I really want to develop an art community where we can work together. Mandible, which is the lower jawbone. I'm serious. Next time, tomorrow, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to be able to say all of these things with my eyes closed, which means that we can move on to the next thing. It's all about learning, everybody. Body of mandible is right there. And then the angle of the mandible is this little hockey stick shape. Angle of mandible. Ramus of mandible is right above that. I mean, you can't really see my writing, but listen to the sound of my voice. Mastoid process is this bump right behind our jaw. So I can feel it. It's underneath my ear. Mastoid process. Maybe we can do. I just learned what mental map. Well, I didn't learn. I heard the term mental mapping, and I wonder if it's kind of like make mnemonics, because we're gonna have to make mnemonics if we want to learn this real quick. Almost done. External occipital protuberance is that bump at the bottom of the back of your head. External occipital protuberance. All right. It's also got, it says 1, 2, 3. I'm going to label it in this red thing. 1, 2. You can even see it anyway. 1, 2, 3 down here. So this part is the zygomatic arch, my favorite thing to say. And then the whole thing is the zygomatic process, but it's the zygomatic bone, which goes up into the eye socket thing, which is the orbit, which is behind that. There's a lot of names. I think this is why people shy away from anatomy. Temporo mandibular joint, also called the TMJ. So that's the little thingy, temporo mandibular joint. That sounds Greek. Temporo. And then external auditory meatus is the ear hole bone. So external auditory meatus. All right, we're done. How many terms is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, but we already know a lot of them. I'm God. Sorry, the light is just it's like a drug to me. And so is being on camera. So that's the anatomy that we did today. It's a skull, and that's a skull. And it's a combination of the things that we've been doing up until now. We've been drawing this thing over here. I could probably draw it really fast, but I don't really want to. Which tells us that we've got the frontal bone. I'm not looking, but, well, I am looking with my finger. I'm pointing. Frontal bone, and then superior temporal line is on the side. And then superciliary arch is this thing here. Glabella nason. Those were the 5 terms. Right? So frontal bone, superior temporal line, superciliary arch. Did I say superior temporal joint? No, I don't know. Superciliary arch, glabella nason. So we're getting it. Over here, we know already zygomatic arch. Drew it, zygomatic arch. Zygomatic process, zygomatic bone. Okay, so we know all the terms on these two, and we drew them, and we added the new ones. This was like the harder version of what we did the last couple days. We drew this yesterday, and we did that today, but with more. We did these, but they were just really small, so this is a bigger version. Last thing on this before we draw ourselves, I just want to say them out loud because we got to memorize them as well. Frontal bone, um, parietal bone, and I was saying temporal bone. The temporal bone, oh, is down here. That's the orange one. But the parietal bone is on top. So temporal fossa, I feel like it was my goodness. I'll have to figure that out later because the book is different. This is clearly pointing, the temporal fossa is on, it might be on top of both the the temporal bone is under the squigglies. This is the temporal bone. This is the parietal bone. So there's temporal fossa on top of the parietal bone. If I had a doctor in the room, this is what I would be asking them, but I don't have a doctor, so I'm trying to figure it out from an anatomy book. I'm sure this would get answered. Temporalis is the muscle that goes across both bones. So I guess that's the temporalis muscle. And the temporal fossa might be... That's what I asked earlier. I'm like, what is fossa? So anyways, maybe there is no parietal fossa or no parietal anything. This is what learning is. It's asking a lot of questions, and I'm asking a lot of questions. It used to get me in a lot of trouble. Still does, but let's not focus on that. Saying them out loud. Frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, occipital bone. Sphenoid bone is this thingy on this side of the squiggles. Temporal bone. Sphenoid bone. I almost want to write that in. Sphenoid bone. Temporal bone. Parietal bone. Occipital bone is the squiggly digglies. I already wrote in the sphenoid bone. Okay, that's it. Oh, ethmoid bone. There's a little squiggly diggly over here. And there's like no room to write it in. Ethmoid bone. I had to write it in real small because it's a small bone. But that is underneath the zygomatic bone in the orbit or the eye socket. This is fun. Anatomy is fun. This isn't hard. This is fun. So we already wrote in zygomatic bone. We did not write in the lacrimal bone because you can't see it from this angle. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to write that in somewhere. Lacrimal bone. Question mark on the bottom. We got the nasal bone. Cool, cool, cool. We got the maxilla. Cool, cool, cool. We got the mandible and all of its parts. Inferior nasal conchella. Oh my goodness. Seriously? It's like this little tiny bone. And then there's also a vomer bone, which is the middle of your nose bone. Do you want me to zoom in? But you don't need that. So I'm going to write it in anyway. Inferior nasal concha and vomer bone. Oh my goodness. And then we wrote this out yesterday, but I didn't remember any of it. The bottom of the mandible is actually made up of the mental protuberance, the mental tubercle, the body of the mandible, the angle of the mandible, the ramus, the condylar process, the coronoid process, and the inferior dental arch. Am I boring you? Because I just drew this whole skull. What did you do today? You're watching me talk in this video. That's old. I didn't do that yesterday. I think that's enough anatomy. Going to study it so that. Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm okay. I'm going to study that so that I don't have to keep saying it over and over and over. But for the time being, the hell did I just drop? Drink green tea. It's good for your health. I feel like it was pitch black and I was finishing eating dinner at this time, and I've had the sun in my eyes for like an hour now. We're an hour into the video. So, it looks like this may turn into another hour and a half video, but we'll see how long my attention span holds up for. As long as you guys get to skip around, right, and just watch. Alright, so I'm turning. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, I just messed up my hair. Now I've got an alfalfa. Do I want to be a little bigger? Oh, and this is also the part where I disrobe. I didn't tell you that in the beginning of the video, but yep, I'm the model for the day, so that means I'm gonna disrobe right now, so. Should I tie my hair up or should I just leave it? It's like mostly tied up, but I'm gonna leave it for now. So, I like to start with a couple gesture drawings. Why am I so shiny? It's like moonlight. Weird. No, I just like don't do nothing. So I like to start with some gesture drawings to like, loosen me up and um, get into the drawing, I guess. Oh, I switched pencils. I was using the other one before. Do 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 do. So, I'm splitting it up because I know that the eyes are in the middle of the head. Um, there's shadowy over here. I see dark spots over here. My eyebrows would be there. Okay, so I'm ready. I kind of like to start drawing the glabella first because it's right in between the eyes, or like right above between the eyes. So that would mean that this is the superciliary arch, and that the temporal line is like here. This would be kind of like my nose, which takes up a lot of space. Wow, it does take up a lot of space. Well, so do the eyebrows. This is like weirdly weird for a gesture drawing. I don't think I should have been going for this long. I've found a lot of the times that some of my best drawings started out as just like a really light gesture drawing that I wasn't intending to do anything with, but liked. And then I'm just like, well, let me just keep working on this for as long as I like it, kind of thing. But sometimes it's better to not even, I mean, like, I don't think about that while I'm drawing. I'm just like focused on the drawing, and that's usually when you can come out with something you like, or, you come back later and you like it, but it's not what you think about it. No, I can like it while I'm drawing. It's a very philosophical right now. Um, a lot of being a teacher is like so. Like, wait, what was I saying? What's important right now? Do 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 do. I mean, that looks like a face. It's kind of a small face, though. I think I should start drawing a little bigger, huh? And then this whole thing is like dark, dark, dark. And then I've got some nice wavy hair going this way. And then my headset and the headphones are like here, and I have a little bit of hair. That's basically my ear and my chin. Not terrible. I mean, that's what. Did I just mess it up? Boop 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 doo 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 doo. That's a lot of the process. Is like, did I make it better? Did I make it worse? Should I throw it out and start over? I start over all the time, like clearly every day. That's why I'm focusing really hard on getting good at drawing in the moment. I don't want to be working on the same thing for more than 5 minutes. Give me 100 different people to draw, not one person to draw for 100. If that made sense to you. Got my little talkie ball. For the first videos, I didn't even have a headset, so you couldn't hear what I was saying at all. Like, at all. We've got kind of some... I don't think I really know how to draw these shadows and stuff. I still want to practice drawing my portraits and stuff, but I also like really need to focus on the anatomy. Because I haven't gotten done with the bones, I haven't gotten done with the muscles. I'm starting over. That's quite enough of that. Okay. Sorry. I've got basically an egg for a head, and then I'm gonna just start drawing this time. I'm gonna do it a little differently. Oop, I just got a text. That means they're eating downstairs, but I'm kind of busy. See, like, it doesn't really work this way. No, see, that was all wrong. I think maybe in the future I'll be able to just sketch in the features, but right now it's just like, Well, let's not quite give up just yet. Boop, 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 boop. Hmm, 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 hmm. Oh, I forgot to talk to you guys for a second. um, no, it's just like there's just like different types of drawing. Oh my goodness. It's got like an imaginary skull. That would be kind of my imaginary. Boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. I'm not even looking in my head. I just drew an imaginary skull for a second. Um, would it help me though? Let's find out. Um, I don't know. Let's see. I'm kind of feeling it so far. I literally just drew in the skull to see what would happen. And now I'm constructing my face on top. Ba 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 ba. I don't think it was a good idea to do that, though. I mean, you can't draw well every day. The skull came out pretty good. I'm gonna have to continue this on my own. I haven't told anyone that I know yet, but I also started doing this program that teaches you all you need to know about the coronavirus. For anyone who's like interested in what's going on in my life, I got an email about becoming a health leader for New York City and a liaison for your community, and it's with Cornell College. It's like a 16-hour course. So I don't know. I'm still in the beginning, but I was really happy to be accepted, even though it's a volunteer program. But uh, it's still pretty legit, you know. I had to be accepted to the program. Do 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 do. Hmm, 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 hmm. Where's my mandible? Where's my that's my maxilla, my zygomatic. Where would be that would be the occipital. Interesting. No, that like didn't work at all. Unless no. I just gave myself a giant head. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of done. I'm like over. Uh, I think I'm tired today or hungry or something. Um, Also, we're way over an hour, so um, you guys are lucky I did anything at all. See, the thing is, if I skip a day, then if I make a video tomorrow, then I only have one video. But if I make a video today and then make a video tomorrow, I have two videos, and the video that I make tomorrow is going to be better than the video that I make than I would make it without making today's video, because tomorrow's video is going to be building off today instead of just being tomorrow's video, which would be what I'm doing today. So maybe I'm getting the bad video out of the way today so I could have a good video tomorrow. Because you can't have good videos every single time. You drive yourself crazy. That's why I'm just like, no stress. I know that these videos are for me. I want to get better at drawing. Um, I mean, you can see hints. Even if you've got, and I've always been talking about having a bad drawing with bad foundations and how bad that is. But you can have a bad drawing with bad foundations and still draw on top of it and like still learn from it, because if the eyes are in the wrong spot, you can keep drawing, and then once you get to the nose, like the nose will be on the wrong spot, but you can draw a good nose, and then tomorrow you'd have more experience drawing good noses. Ooh. Um, so anyways, that's why I'm going to be posting every single day, whether it's good or bad. Also because I need to do something other than drinking. That's something that I've heard a lot of people say lately, and by a lot I mean like myself and one other person. But it's true. Like, it's kind of a big deal in America right now. I mean, I'm sure other countries, but I'm in America, so. As a health leader advocate, um, let's all try to cut back on our drinking, everybody. You know what? I'm kind of happy with the way that this one came out. I'm giving myself those eyes. I always forget to shade in a couple of things. Boop, 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 boop. They're supposed to be like, this whole thing is supposed to be in shadow. This whole thing. Whoa, I just saw something I didn't even see at all before. It looks almost like an anime character. I'm all confused. I think maybe I'm confused because the light is like, I've got a light here, a light behind the computer lighting this up and that from those two angles. And I've also got like the really weird moonlight coming in from the sun. And I have a light up there. So, I'm very confused. Look at this. I gave myself a Frankenstein forehead. If I were to turn this upside down, I'm a Mr. Potato Head. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did it right there. The eyes are supposed to be in the middle, and I made the eyes like enormous for some reason. Um, I'm erasing a line to separate the edge of my head, but I'm leaving the rest in like a little halo. La 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 la. I gave myself a halo. Now let's bring the hairline down just a little bit. Yeah, I'm a ugly Frankenstein in this video. Do 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 do. So what I forgot to do in my video yesterday was name and date. So JSJ with my little flower signature, and the date is 4/2/2021. We did a gesture drawing that looked like a horse face. We did a bigger drawing, which I mean I don't hate. I wanted to just draw like a puzzle, like without the anatomy. I wanted to just draw the eye and then move on to the nose and then the other eye and kind of branch it out. But by the time I got to the nose from the eye, I was like, everything was already messed up. This is me doing the critique, which I always do at the end of the video. For this one, I actually drew a little skull, and then I tried to put everything on top. But I don't. I'm struggling with my hair, and there's a way to draw the tone, like where you're moving the lines along the ridges, which is one way to draw. But then there's also another way where you just etch all the shading in kind of like one direction. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm still looking for my style. Um, yeah, I want to look like the Michelangelo or Da Vinci sketches that just like a casual sketch. Um, those are foundations for some really good paintings. Not that I want to spend a month on a painting, but yeah, be yourself. Keep working on things that are important to you. I've been reading a book called The Velvet Rage, overcoming the pain of growing up gay in a straight man's world, and a lot of it is like overcoming the trauma of living a lie, of like being in the closet and then being secure with being out, but then not overcompensating with trying to do outrageous things. Like, you just got to be secure with things that you enjoy and not care about what other people think. So I enjoy drawing, and I want to get better at drawing, especially faces. And for some reason, like, I think maybe if I were to spend an hour drawing my face, I could probably come out with something better than this. But I don't want to spend more than 20 minutes like on a drawing. People's attention spans are only like 30 seconds these days. So if someone asks me to draw them, I feel like I only have 5 minutes max. Yeah. So I'm gonna upload this video before it gets too late. It's already 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to eat food real quick. I'll upload the video, and then I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to get this done much earlier because yeah, we've been exercising every day and we've been juggling. I have been doing the drawing videos, but I want to practice my instruments as well. So we'll put those in some future videos. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. We want to build a community where we can actually practice together, get better together, bounce ideas off each other, maybe even draw together in person one day. But for the time being, it's been really fun chatting it up with ya. If you don't like the video, just like leave it on in the background on a playlist so that all my videos get logged, so that I get paid for this. Otherwise, we'll eventually have drawing classes. I don't see me doing this every single day, and not getting better, because obviously, I'll even flip around and show you real quick. Like, that face is basically the same as this face. I mean, oh, that one's. I can see a little bit, I, I, I can. Oh my God, that one's really bad. Did I come from that direction? I gave up on that one. Like, it's not about getting a perfect drawing. It's about having a whole bunch. Well, obviously, you should be trying. Like, don't just draw crap 100 times. You won't get better. Um, but I think the drawings I did today is better than that. And that's where we were starting. Like, the drawing I did today is better than that. Can I even do a side by side? It might be upside down now. But the critique is important. That was a long time. That was a month ago. That was like 2 months ago. And today, I'm kind of in between the styles. Like, there's a way to get the line work in before you do the shading, and I kind of want to get to that point. So I think that's where I'm figuring out. Um, yeah, like the nose. Look at those. Those are really bad. Look, honestly, I was wasted that day. Drawing is something I was also. That was 2 days in a row that I was wasted. Um, and I couldn't draw a face at all. So that's what happens when you drink. You lose your ability to draw. That's why I draw, because it's something to do other than drink. This one's pretty good. I guess I spent like 20 to 30 minutes drawing that. Um, so yeah, again, you'll have some good days and you'll have some bad days, but generally they'll pretty much all look the same, but get consistently better slowly. I wish there was an easier way, but um, I've done lots of anatomy. I wish there is an easier way, but I have a whole book full of drawings that look 70% like me, and I want to get to like 85, 90%, you know. So, when you're copying it out of the book, like I'll show you, you can actually draw eyes really well. That could be my. Where is it? Was that my eye page? No, I have like a whole page of eyes. Um, you know, mm, Look how cut that head is cut off. But there are exercises further in the book with like lips, and I did that. I showed you today. That's exactly what I did, but I just haven't memorized it yet. See, we didn't do that today. We did that a long time ago. But I spent much, much longer. And I made the same mistake. These are supposed to be closer. And I made the bone too short over here. But all in all, I would say this is pretty good. La 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 la. Critique is one of the most important parts, everybody. Hey, that's really good. We'll do that tomorrow, everybody. I guess I forgot about that part. Maxilla. Yeah, look at that. But there's ears, there's noses, there's lips. There's a whole thing of eyes. So like clearly and noses, clearly I can draw it out of the book, but it's totally different drawing from life and while you're talking. So once we get further in the book, once we learn where the eyeballs are with the nose, look, that's like a pretty good eye. That's a pretty good eye. So once we get further in the book, I'm convinced that the anatomy book is going to help us, like, really, really, really help us nail some of those, like, more mysterious things like noses and whatever. And this is where I started. I wanted to figure draw, but all of my figure drawings were crap. Crap, crap, crap. So I was like, you know what? If I can't get past the figure drawing gesture, like if I can't get past the gesture drawing, then I need to practice drawing my face. So I practiced drawing my face, and I just wasn't getting better. So now we're focusing on anatomy. Today was more of a vlog video. This was more of a just chilling and practicing. Yesterday was more of an educational video. If you want more exercises, I'll do more exercises out of the book. I'm always going to be doing anatomy, and I'm always going to be doing self-portraiture, because that's the most important thing to me, and these videos are for me. Uh-huh. I've been doing chin-ups, as you can see. Is there anything else that we want to say? I usually have my drawings say goodbye. So I drew this upside down, by the way. When I was drawing it, I drew it like that, upside down. So, um, it was a really good video. Check that one out. I'm gonna link it below because that one was an educational video, and I like to put them together. Where's my shit? We did this together. I'll have this one say goodbye because I'm proud of this one. So, thanks for being created with us today, Skull. Is there anything you want to say to class? Thanks for coming to class, everybody. Don't forget to do your homework and practice and like and subscribe or I'll cut ya. Hey, don't say that to them. That's mean. Just kidding. That's my favorite joke. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe because I'll follow and like and subscribe you and I'll grow your channel. I'll be your biggest fan. I'll comment on all your videos. Yep. I gotta put my shirt on and go eat dinner and walk my doggy and clean my room because the family's coming over this weekend. Happy Easter, everybody! Oh my goodness, it's Easter. And then 4 weeks later, it's gonna be Greek Easter. So, Christ has risen. The bunny is laying the eggs. I'm like not gonna eat any candy because I'm cutting sugar out of my life. I also cut meat out of my life. This was just a talky video, but I'm glad I got some drawing done. And I'm also going to memorize the bones on the side, and then tomorrow we're going to do, oh no, I grabbed the wrong book. So I skipped a page by accident, so I'm going to show you this last thing, because I want to tell myself what to do tomorrow. So this is what we did today, but I totally forgot to do this. So we should have done this today and done this tomorrow. But this is all of the missing things that we were like, why is our picture missing so many bones? There's all of the bones that we were missing. So yeah, this is actually chapter 2, the head, the face, and the neck. Chapter 1 is just basically an introduction to the language. So I haven't been reading the book. Oh my goodness, it's got joints and stuff. But I thought it would be fun to start like at the top, which is the head. So I don't need to draw that. I don't need to draw that, but I do need to draw this, and that will come later after. We did this today. We'll do the muscles after the neck. Yeah. How exciting. So this is what we're going to do tomorrow. And it's going to come out really good. And then the more we practice drawing this, the better we'll get at drawing this. So that's it for this video. We're capping out at 1:30. Yesterday's was 1 hour and 40 minutes, so maybe tomorrow. I always shoot in my head. I say that it's only gonna be like 20-30 minutes. No, it's gonna be at least 30 minutes. So I say it's gonna be at least 30 minutes, but I want to go for like an hour class, and then we usually end up capping out at like an hour and a half. And then I spend the rest of the night rewatching the video, but I'm like, I don't really want to do that anymore. Boop, boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo, because I just want to grow my content as much as possible for when I'm famous. This is really for when I'm famous, and everyone's like, where did he start? Where was he before he was famous? And I'm going to be like, go on my YouTube. I have like hundreds of videos, hundreds of like hours and hours of footage that, I'm considering this like very dark net. So if you're listening to me, you're either AI or someone who is like awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, or you love me, or you love drawing. But yep, you gotta start from somewhere. I'm really making this video so that the next video is gonna be better, like I already said. Just like the chin-ups I do today are really so that I'll have muscles tomorrow. But yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. I think my workouts have been paying off, everybody. I flexed at the end of the last video. But I mean, I want to draw myself, so this is what I'm eventually gonna have to be naked on camera. But I gotta be really good. I'm gonna like, that'll be the grand finale. Like, I'm gonna finish the book, and then I'm gonna do a self-portrait, and I'm gonna pose naked, and everyone's gonna draw me. So that comes with the cost, though, because that means that I get to draw other people. No, I'll just pay them. Drink green tea, it's good for your health. Okay, so that's it. I'm capping out. We're at exactly an hour and a half, so I'm going to let the video load. I'll post it before it gets too late, and then as always, nothing is ever easy, so I'll end up like learning all about more ways to like soup up my channel and do some branding and adding links and embedding and yeah, it's just like a really crazy world. Do you think that people just turn on the camera and start talking? But it's really there's a whole world involved. You have to learn how to do backdrops and you have to learn how to do lighting and audio. It's really fun. So as there's too much to do in a day. I wish there was more time. So that's why drinking isn't an option because you just lose whole days. Now I'm doing real talk. When you drink, you can lose whole days, and then when you really start to drink, you can lose multiple days. Like I personally have only lost like 2 days, and I'm talking like a drinking, smoking binge, not crack, like drinking wine and smoking marijuana, and that'll go on for like a weekend because I'd be off from work for 2 days. And for like 2 days, it would just be like get as drunk as you can. And that tends to be like a lot of sleeping and a lot of not being able to do anything at all other than like lay in bed and play shit on your phone that you can't even watch because you can't do anything at all. So I highly advocate like doing whatever it takes to distract yourself and like just not drink because still the first thought in the morning is like, okay, where's my drink? I got to drink. It's like your body it wants calories. You'll wake up at night and you'll want to do it. And I'm just like, is the alcohol talking? So, anyways, this is my third video in a row, and it's also my third day not drinking. So, at this point, I feel like in order to continue not drinking, I have to have integrity with my videos and as a teacher and as a health leader. Now that I'm doing this program that I told you guys about, I haven't told anyone about, but I'm also personal fitness merit badge Boy Scout instructor who signs off on the blue cards for their merit badges. So you can't be like a junkie when you do stuff like that. So yeah, now that COVID's over, I'm just really excited to be getting back into the world, and it was a good video. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.